welcome back to another video. Today we are going to be talking about migration. Human migration to be specific. Human migration involves challenges, risks and opportunities. We decided here at 5S Documentary Channel to spread some light on 3 immigrants in history. We even caught a glimpse of journeys written by actual immigrants who survived their journey. We will hear from their own point of view about their struggles. Liver's own location, having migrated herself to Flores, Indonesia. Let's see what's happening with her.
Thanks, Ava. Flores is a gorgeous place, filled with incredible coral and lots of tourists. But that's just one result of migration. When many people move to one area, there can be positive and negative consequences for the people and environment there. Now, back to our historical migrations. First, let's head over to the Philippines in 1881. It was a tragic event that happened so long ago, and an example of a push factor of migration.
Typhoon struck the Philippines on early Saturday after thousands of people evacuated their home to dodge the 550-mile wide storm. Roared across the Pacific with maximum sustains of 120-mile winds per hour. The typhoon happened on early Saturday, 14th to 15th of September. The typhoon affected more than 4 million people. It was the strongest typhoon of the year. It was blasting the northern coast of Philippines with strong winds and heavy rain. Reports say it broke windows and downed power lines. It also teared apart homes and families. The typhoon was around 1:30 a.m. and it killed 20,000 people. Shortly after, hundreds of thousands of people migrated to neighboring islands. It's not common. However, scientists can predict that it will happen again. The Vietnamese government has also taken action just in case of another severe typhoon hitting this area. The typhoon was troubling, with thousands of people devastated. They had no food, no water, and electricity was scarce. So many people having lost their loved ones. They not only grieved for their material things, but they also grieved the loss of family and friends. Life was not the same for a very long time now.
We'll be listening to 3 little children's diaries about their life after the typhoon that happened on the Philippines.
First, we will listen to Jane Santos, who is reading her diary of when she was at home before the disaster.
Dear Diary, my name is Jane Santos and I am a 10-year-old girl. My mom's name is Diana and she is a teacher at Faith Academy. And my dad's name is Jeff and he is a cook who works at Queens Town at Restaurant Cristomo. Since we don't have that much money, I get homeschooled, so my mom sometimes has days off to teach me math. My life was great because I had a friend named Angel and we were best friends. Also because my mom is a great teacher. Waved from the door while saying Hindi Importang Baya every morning to us. While waiting for my mom to come back from school, sometimes I like to play with my friend Angel to spend time together playing Find the Stone. When I looked outside of the window, I saw something bad happen. I did not know what it was, but I knew it was dangerous. Lots of people were screaming, "Typhoon, typhoon," and running out of their houses. Dad came home. The first thing he said was, "Get out of the house." He was scared. He was leading us to his secret bunker to keep us safe. I had so much questions in my head, but my biggest question was, is my mom safe?
This is Samantha Jasmine Carlos, who was riding on the boat that led her to her new home, Hawaii.
Dear Diary, it's been so long since I've last written. I've been so confused, sad, and scared. I've never moved from the Philippines before, and I really miss the sweet buttery bread called ensaymada, which my mom used to bake while singing my favorite lullaby. I live in a small island called Leyte. I am 10. I have a friend called Trisha. My mother passed away along with my baby brother during the big typhoon. I was at school and my dad was at work. I survived along with 2 classes. Hundreds of people died in my school. When my dad picked me up, I started crying because he broke his arm in the typhoon, and I also had a massive cut on my arm and leg. I was scared because my dad kept on calling my mom, but she didn't answer. We went home and our house was ripped down. I saw my mother laying down on the floor with my baby brother. With her last breath, she told me to stay strong, and that will always be in my heart. Right now, I'm on a donation truck going to Cebu. I heard it takes 8 hours. I'm scared because I've never gone on a plane, and especially without my mother and my baby brother. And I heard it might take 43 hours on the plane. Who will I play with? Will I have friends? Will I get bullied in my new school? With a tired and sad heart, Samantha. Jasmine Carlo.
Last of all, Carlo Torres, who is living in Hawaii now with his older sister, Angela.
Dear Diary, sorry I haven't written in a long time. I haven't had time because the boat has been so rough. And my mother, Mary Torres, had recently perished during the storm on the boat. My father had sadly been killed in an earlier 7.6 earthquake. I still can't believe we left the Philippines. It's been my home for as long I can remember. Hawaii looked just like our home, but I still felt like an outcast even though the waters were the same clear, clean blue waters and the people looked the same as well. But I still felt different as I am sitting alone on the muddy streets now as I am waiting for Andrea to come back from her babysitting job that she is apparently applying for now. I am thinking about my mother and my house with my comfy clean bed. I really wanted to go back home and see my friends, but I have no choice but to stay.
That was a tragic event that happened so long ago, but it ended up working well for the immigrants that travelled to the new lands. Back to you, Ava.
Thanks, Liv. Next, we're going to have another example for migration. For this migration, we'll have to fly on over to California, USA, in 1848 to learn about a pole factory.
A massive wave of immigration to California from all over the world. The immigrants came from almost every area of Europe, Asia, and the Atlantic. Specifically, they came from Latin America, particularly from the Mexican mining districts near Sonora and Chile. On the journey, they traveled in wagons to cross the Oregon Trail, and they used boats to cross the ocean. Let's start with the boats. For the people on the East Coast, it was 3,000 miles away. Some people went to Panama, and they would have to hike across in order to continue their journey. They took the Oregon Trail. It was also a rough journey. On the Oregon Trail, they took wagons pulled by horses, bulls, mules, and sometimes cows, so they had to take animal food. Some people rode the wagons, and some people pushed the wagon. It was hard for them to know how much food and water to bring for such a long journey, and many people ended up running out of food quite quickly. Another challenge they experienced was illness. If a person in the family got sick, it often made the rest sick, and before long, the whole family would have an illness. The 49ers were traveling by wagon. They went many days and nights without food and water. James W. Marshall. He's the man who found gold accidentally while building a sawmill in 1848.
Dear Diary, Lapham, Missouri is right. I got lots of friends and family, and over everything I need, even the food is great. Thinking about it just makes me want to eat tomato soup, curry stew, Besides the food, I'm still looking for, oh no, I see my friends coming, hopefully it doesn't take long. Right again soon. Okay, now I'm back from the top with Dennis. He just told me that he overheard some little grannies talk about an open job there as a carpenter. What luck! Right again soon with luck up my sleeve. Thanks, Daniel Marshall.
This is Jason Smith. He is one of the many people who took the Oregon Trail to California in 1848.
Dear Diary, it has been a rough journey so far. I extremely miss my family. I've been on a wagon for approximately 3 months and 16 days. The wagon is starting to crumble up to pieces, but I hope it can stay together by the time I arrive at my destination. I've witnessed miners along the journey, and I hope they find shiny gold nuggets too. But I hope I can find more than them. I really think my 2 daughters, Juliet and Julia, are safe and okay. At least I hope so. My clothes and my shoes are a wreck. But all that matters to me is getting those gold nuggets and giving it to my family. It was spring, but it was frigid. I'm so close to the Sacramento River, I can sense it from a mile away. With a hopeful heart, Jason Smith, 36-year-old.
Camilla Jones. She is one of the many people who took the Oregon Trail to California.
Dear Diary, California is quite different to Texas. Oh yeah, I forgot to tell you that I'm 15. People in Texas are very different. They are richer, they mostly believe the same thing too. My family was a farmer. They didn't get a whole lot of money, but that's why we moved to California to get gold, because we heard on the news that many people found gold. We brought many materials so we could build a new house, and we will become farmers here in California. I feel scared because I've never been to California before.
These are my parents, Anastasia and Bob.
Most buildings are made out of bricks. People here are welcoming us. That makes me a little bit happy, but I still miss Texas. We came here with an ox cart. I was very nervous because I've never been to a new state before. Sincerely, Camilla Jones.
That was an interesting migration for sure. Can you imagine traveling all that way in a covered wagon, working your trail off just to find no gold? Talk about challenges and risks rolled into one. Lastly, let's go to Isha, who is covering the information about the Mexican migration. This is a hot topic currently in America, with President Donald Trump wanting to build a wall. Let's see what you think after hearing our information and stories from immigrants on their journey.
There are several reasons why people migrate, but today we are going to be talking about political migration, the 20th century Mexican migration. Mexicans started to migrate to the U.S. in 1965, and ever since the 1980s, Mexican migration has increased dramatically. About 1 million to 2 million legal Mexican-born immigrants migrate to the U.S. because it is known as the nation of immigrants. It's also one of the most common countries to migrate to the USA. In the 1960s, there were about 500,000 Mexican-born immigrants living in the United States. By 2009 to 2015, President Obama deported 2.5 million Mexican immigrants due to the partition policy. America wanted the labor but not the people, so they created this project called NAFTA, North America Free Trade Agreement, which took effect on January 1st, 1994, and created the world's largest free trade zone. First, let's hear about Sebastian Lopez and why he left Mexico.
Dear Daddy, I stand here looking in my mother's eyes as she opens the door and yells, "Adios, I'm going to the Tulum market." She goes every morning, leaving me with Ariel, my 2-year-old sister. I used to go every morning. We would catch a cab for $5, then head to the beautiful beach in Tulum. Till Ariel was born, more people came and cab got more expensive. Now Mom walks to the market, has the colorful buildings, PS, but it is also a lot faster because we have a lot of bad traffic here in Peru. Mom used to bring tacos every day now. She brings cold plain meat because tacos are over the budget. Get one chicken to share for a whole week. My dad works at the market. He sometimes sneaks some food so we don't starve. My parents can't afford my school anymore. I used to go to Escuela Primary in Mexico. Wait, I can't hear Dad on the phone. Mom is yelling the lady that we rent our house from wants 85,000 USD. I think we can't afford that. So Dad shouts to me, "We're moving to America. Pack everything you need. We need to leave soon." I'm scared. I'm petrified. I've never been in America. Why do I have to leave while my friends stay here?
With a scared heart, Sebastian Lopez.
Now let's welcome Ariela Garcia, age 10 and a half.
Dear Diary, as I opened my eyes, I saw golden dirt on the top of the tent. Suddenly, I heard someone screaming at the top of her lungs because she had been shot. I'm guessing that happened because she didn't listen. About 1.1 million to 1.3 million people have been shot.
We've just been told to start walking. The trip reminded me of how me and my momia used to walk in the markets and smell delicious foods. All of a sudden, a lot of questions filled my head, such as, what if they don't let us in America? Or what if my family gets separated? I raced to the front of the line and tried to jump and see my family, but they weren't there. I overheard the lady walking next to me, and now I know where my family is. My sister Adana and Adan, they're twins. They're stuck and have been separated. They were in trouble. What if I don't know what to do? As we continued, I saw a sign saying only white people allowed in. I was so shocked. In Mexico, every nice person is allowed in. I was also excited because I was white, but if Adana and Adana were here, they would be banned. I hope Adana and Adana are okay. With a terrified heart, Ariela Garcia, age 10 and a half.
Dear Diary, sorry I haven't written in a long time. I haven't had time because the boat that my dad was driving was terribly bumpy. As I sit here on this bench in Tijuana all alone with my thoughts, I am thinking about how sadly my father Carlos had passed away during the boat ride. He got really ill and passed away. I am with my mother Carmen, and we both are reminiscing about life with my father. I really miss all my friends in Mexico. Just a second later, Andrew, my best friend from Mexico, walked by with his mother. I was so shocked that I fainted. My mother was so upset that she started screaming. Andrew's mother rushed over, and then they both realized who they were. They had been friends forever. As I woke up, I knew that everything would be okay with Andrew by my side and his mother by my mother's side. We all could get through this together. Life in a new place is not easy, but new opportunities in this country will be better for my family. Sincerely, Fernando Martinez.
Some really challenging experience for those immigrants. I can see they were really looking forward to better opportunities in America. For our closing, let's go back to Liv.
Thanks, Ava. And there you have it. Another documentary brought to you by the 5S Documentary Channel. Hopefully you learned some risks, challenges and opportunities that human migrants face on their journeys. Just a quick notice on who is responsible for these incredible documentaries.